Hey, good evening, Cumberland County. This is Mariana, and welcome to the Watchdog Report. So I'm here just to give a end of school year commentary. But before I do that, I do want to remind you guys that tomorrow is primary day. And guys, local elections are very important. Okay, we have discussed this before. They're more important than the national sometimes because whatever happens locally will affect your family. Okay, so I would strongly encourage you to vote for Scott Perry. We have Janelle Stelson also wanting to, unseat him, but Janelle is let's just say she's been blowing hot air up everybody's backside for the last couple of months. Okay, and she's the worst thing that can happen to Pennsylvania. Okay, if you want more of woke agendas, if you want more of your rights, being taken away and the Constitution being stepped upon, but vote for Janelle Stelson. But if you're looking to protect your family and looking at a way of making Pennsylvania a better state and a place where people want to come and raise their children and move to, then vote Scott Perry. Okay, so we also have local elections. As we all know, Mrs. Cheryl Delozier is stepping down from her position, so we wish her a happy retirement and we thank her for her service. The people that are running for her position is Mrs. Savannah Martin and Mr. Jeffrey Clark. Now, I've met both candidates and I think they're both lovely people, okay, and they have things to offer. But I will definitely throw my endorsement behind Jeff Clark. And the reason for that is that, he is a veteran law enforcement and he was also in the military, so he is a veteran. um, he's soft spoken, but he carries a big stick. I think he can make some changes and bring some good to Cumberland County and the changes that we are so in need, desperately in need. um, I say that not to besmirk Savannah in any way. I think, like I stated, that she is a lovely young lady, but unfortunately, my views and values align a little bit more with Jeff Clark. So I would actually encourage you to vote for Jeff Clark primary day. Do I believe that he can beat Sarah Agerton? I believe so. I definitely believe so. All right, so let's get to the West Shore School District. So, a lot of the parents have been asking me, I haven't been seeing the conservative groups coming to the board meetings much anymore. Did you guys just give up? So the answer to that question is no, we have not give up. Will never give up, and we will die fighting. We will die on that hill. Okay, but why haven't we shown up? Well, primary reason is that we do have a tainted school board. So to go there and sit in a meeting that can go 3 hours plus, okay, and sometimes the meeting needs to go 3 hours or more, in order to get something resolved. But more than often than not, is just them playing ring around the rosy and giving each other high fives and things of that nature. And honestly, this is a school board right now, the way it stands. That is, they're not going to make any changes, nothing productive. Okay, so why go out there and have to look at these demons in the face for 3+ hours to give you 4 minutes to speak and nothing to change? Now, that does not mean that no, we are actually redirecting our fight a whole different way. And when we do come back, brace yourself, Effie. Also, I'm going to say. And with that being stated, also, parents, um, we do have an ineffective school board president, Brian Geiswhite, and his vice president. They're jokes. And Brian Geiswhite, as you guys already know, my main beef with him is that, number one, he's married to a school principal, and in our district, he does not excuse himself from voting on anything that may affect her position, salary wise or other. She was the main librarian here a couple years ago and was one of the people that introduced the pornography into our libraries. And while he denied, boy, did we ever prove that it is true. There is pornography in our libraries at every stage of education, and they've done absolutely nothing about it. This board is determined to put their politics and their agendas over the education of our children. Okay, so that's something that that hasn't changed. Okay, and will continue. They will continue to do so while you allow them. And the reason I say that is because you know what, parents, you need to understand that you have to get out and advocate for your own kids at times. We don't mind advocating for your children. We really don't, and advocating for ours and making sure that the Constitution is being protected and laws are being protected for our kids. But it comes a time that you have to come out yourself and speak for your kids and speak for their rights. Okay. And while we were doing all the work as a group, you guys were comfortable. Many of you, seem to be at home, seeing the meetings at home. Now I understand when you don't have a babysitter, that's more than understandable. But while we are taking time away from our families, okay, from our church attendance, coming to these meetings right after work, starving, sitting having to sit there 3 hours without anything to eat or drink until this is over with, and you are in a football game, or you are on a boat, or you are fishing, or spending time with your family. I think that we had to really sit down and regroup and say, you know what, it's time for us also to live our life a little bit, because these people are not looking to change anything. Okay, absolutely nothing. And with parents not showing up when they should and not getting involved in the community the way they should, it takes a village. In order to, tackle this and bring it down, it takes a village. Okay, again, we haven't given up and we never will. Okay, yeah, we will be back. Okay, but we had to really take some time and do us, and spend time with our families and our kids and live a little also. Now, that being stated, um, what's going on in the West Shore School District is pretty much the same. The violence is still there, the drugs are still there. Teachers are being abusive to students are being abusive to each other. We have the situation now at Old Trail, which was disgusting. And the more disgusting part of it is that, we're talking about a special needs kid, okay, they had an IEP, everything was stipulated in the IEP, and the teacher's A and the teacher decides to ignore the IEP altogether and do whatever the heck they wanted to do because they have a chip on the shoulder. And we're still, administration does nothing about it, and the administration will not do anything about it. Okay, because that is their MO. Like other parents that have come and spoken to the school board in the past and complained to administration is good in sweeping things under the rugs, making empty promises, not fulfilling anything. And then when we lose another kid to cyber school, now they want to attack the cyber school system because the administrator that we have is ineffective. Okay, the only thing, unfortunately, that our administration here in the West Shore School District is worried about is their next raise and what kind of new benefits they're going to get and how much money they're going to get in their retirement. And oh yeah, one more thing, taxing you to the max, because since we have a board of directors and an administrator that just spending on frivolous, unnecessary things, so we are in the hole, financially in the hole. Okay, as a district. But yeah, Brian Geisler had a great idea a couple of years ago, which he is implementing, which is taxing to the max, my people. They're taxing you to the max. So nothing really has changed in the West Shore School District. The only good thing was seeing in this past school board meeting, Tosto finally admit that there is violence in the West Shore School District. And for many years, no. It was those conservative parents that are making things up, conspiracy theory. Mrs. Reed, Mrs. Spangler, there was no violence in the West Shore School District. And now they're talking about bringing the police in as security guards. So yeah, thank you for vindicating the point. Thank you for vindicating us, our names, and thank you for finally growing a backbone and putting the tackle down and admitting what needed to be admitted a long time ago. And then we have, a school board member that doesn't understand what the term liability is and what liabilities involve. Oh, and when it comes to the solicitor, yes, Stock and Leader is still there under a different name. So that's what's happening in the West Shore School District. So the magic question of the evening is, what did the West Shore School District accomplish this year? Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So the library policy, they put it in the back burner, never to be seen again. Yes, you are going to have transgender bathrooms, believe it. The library policy also never to be seen again. Redland, the Redland project, crickets, okay, because they don't want the Redland project. They don't want the kids in the Redland school district, actually the Redland area, to have a playing field. Okay, none of that. But what the parents are upset at, though, on the left, is that the dental services have been discontinued at the West Shore School District. And oh my lord, are they having a cow on social media? So they're attacking Jonathan from the Boiling Point for defending a special ed kid that was mistreated. Okay, they're attacking him. How dare you? How dare you? How dare you? There's two sides of the story. How dare you? Having meltdowns about that, and crying over and trying to protect dental services. So do you get it, people? The priority in the West Shore School District is not your kids. It's not the safety of your kids. And even Dartmoor said, that we're not in the business of, security and policing. No, if you are a school board director, one of your priorities should be the safety of our kids, should it not? So the West Shore School District, guys, it's a mess. It's a mess and will continue to be a mess. So this is why, again, I state to parents, if you are looking, and families out there, young families, if you are looking to move out in this area, in the West Shore School District area, either look elsewhere, because these people will tax you to the ground, okay, and will not protect your kids, and your kids will not be educated the way they should. Or if you found your dream house out here, that can very well be, then either sit down and speak with your spouse and look at what your options are. You can either risk putting them in the West Shore School District and risk your kid being indoctrinated, beat up, attacked, assaulted, verbally assaulted, being manhandled by the teachers, or you can put them in a private academy, a private school, a religious school, cyber school, charter school, or homeschool. That's a good option. Okay, but do not put them in the public school system here in the West Shore School District. So, like we stated before, elections have consequences, and we are seeing the consequences this year of the elections. One more thing, guys. One new thing was Ramadan this year. They made provisions for the Muslim students to have a prayer room to say their prayer. They allow the kids to wash their feet in the sink that your kids wash their hands. They gave special Ramadan meals, okay? So they gave certain accommodations. Now, this is not attacking the Muslims at all, okay? They requested for certain, accommodations, and they received it. But this goes to say, parents, Christian parents that have been fighting for such a long time, if they made accommodation for one group of people, they have to make accommodations for the others. So if your students, your Christian students, need a room to worship, please ask for that accommodation. If you want your child to have a special meal for Easter, please ask for that accommodation. They should not be telling your child that they cannot say Merry Christmas, because they can. They should not be removing Christmas carols from the school programs, traditional Christmas carols. They should be allowed to say it also, because if you're going to make accommodation for one group of people, you need to make accommodation for the other set of children also. So I hope that this Easter, everybody speaks up and asks for some accommodations, not only for prayers, but for meals also. Because apparently this is something new that the West Shore School District is now doing. You have to request the accommodation, request it. So this is Mariana from The Boiling Point, signing off. As you can see, nothing has changed and nothing will change until you decide to vote the right way and put the correct people in those positions and get involved in your community. And maybe, just maybe, you may decide to get your backbone up and go and run for one of those seats yourself. So this is Mariana from The Boiling Point, signing off. I wish everybody a wonderful summer. I wish our graduates, okay, I congratulate them. I wish them success for the upcoming years in their life. You're entering the best years of your life, freedom, big decisions to be made. Okay, welcome to adulthood. And with that being stated, I'm signing off. God bless.
hasn't wrapped again. I always get caught in my life of sin, but I just keep on going back again. You know I'm lost again, when all I wanted was to find a friend, someone that I can always depend on to help me find my life again.